What's up guys, James here from Reflect the Screen, and today I review Skyscraper, a 1996 classic. Oh, what a wonderful action thriller. Directed by Raymond Martino, a woman trapped at the top of a skyscraper, and she has the same monsters.
6.5 hours later.
Oh wait, Skyscraper the 2018 Skyscraper. Oh, the one with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Silly me. Oh, how can I get them both confused? But yes, so I saw Skyscraper starring The Rock, and it is a very mindless action film with a very basic, generic plot. Just listen to this. The film introduces us to Will Sawyer, who's played by The Rock, and opens up with a flashback to 10 years ago where he and a team of FBI agents have to try and de-escalate a hostage situation. Unfortunately, they do not succeed, and the suicidal husband blows himself up, and also blows up a bunch of The Rock's squad, and also The Rock's, I think it's his right leg, left leg, I don't know, one of his legs. After the crazy explosion, we get blasted back into the present time in Hong Kong, where Dwayne has a bunch of kids, actually just 2 kids, and a wife. A member of his former squad, played by Pablo Schreiber, actually gets him a meeting. The meeting is with the man who created the largest skyscraper in the world. Will's job is to inspect the building and make sure everything is up to date, you know, security codes, everything, just before they open the residential area, which his family is conveniently living in before the building opens. Holy cow. Moments later, right after Will gets all the crazy behind-the-scenes access to where you can control all the security measures, the building gets compromised. Holy cow. And guess what? Now Will's gotta save his family. I couldn't see that coming. All sarcasm aside, I sat through Skyscraper, so I might as well give you some positives before I dive into the negatives. So there's a decent premise in this film. There are some cool action set pieces that I feel have a lot of promise behind them, especially one in the final act where it makes use of its environment. So I really loved that the film wasn't afraid to just be balls to the wall action. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, and no one's gonna say anything about it type of mentality. I really appreciated the acting done by Noah Cottrell, who's the son. I believe his name is Hunter. Let me tell you, the kid has some chops. I mean, from the first lines that he was given, I felt, okay, hey, here we go. I'm in for this character. Of course, his character is diluted in many scenes, but how I connected to him was because he has asthma. I have asthma, my goodness. I could not believe I was getting a connection to any of the characters in Skyscraper, but here we are. Thanks, Noah. Okay. Oh, sorry, going through the list of negatives for Skyscraper. There's a ton of hollow dialogue in this movie. I mean, yes, let me preface this whole negative with, I understand. You don't come to this movie for the script, and you don't come to this movie for Oscar-worthy acting, but I at least come for a competent script. That Skyscraper was not. There are cheesy one-liners everywhere. There are so many moments where I felt like I was taken out of the action because the dialogue was so bad. So maybe don't speak, maybe just have the action. That's kind of a crazy thought, right? There are a ton of generic characters. There's a generic plot, there's generic action, cliches everywhere, and of course, you have plot devices. Things that only happen because they serve the plot. No other purpose at all. Look, Rawson Marshall Thurber understands the audience to which he's trying to appeal, and I get it. But here's the thing. How is this any better than his previous movies? A director should be trying to get better with each film that they direct, and the man hasn't done better than this. There are unreal series of events in this film. I understand, you could see the trailer and just anticipate that. But there's a moment, and this isn't a spoiler, I hope, where Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, instead of trying to break the lock on a door to walk up the stairs to a crane to which he's eventually gonna jump into the building, he climbs up the 100-story construction crane on the side. The man literally grabs a bar, grabs another, and keeps going. And I thought at one point the wind alone would just blow him off the crane. But nope, he's The Rock. 500 pounds of pure muscle. There are a ton of horrible sound effects in this movie. Every time The Rock puts on his leg, which is his left leg, well, no, it would be his right leg. Who cares? So he puts on his leg, and it sounds like a machine gun's cocking back. So let me ask you a question here. In what world does anyone put on a leg that makes it sound like a machine gun? In Skyscraper's world. There's also another moment where they're fighting hand-to-hand combat, and the punches kind of sound weird. It almost sounds like a 70s cartoon. Okay, whatever, I'll just let it go. But then there are explosions, a ton of explosions in this movie, and they sound bad too. So let me just ask, did they just gloss over the fact that they should at least make this feel a little authentic? No, I guess not. Yeah, that's just whatever, cheap sound effects. freesoundeffects.com is possibly where they went to. Now, I did not care at all for the close quarters action in this film, and I feel like there's a moment that is keyed on by the director, and I feel like the cinematography was horrible. It didn't track the action very well, so I just couldn't follow, and I didn't care to follow because they didn't set up any of this feud that was going on in the third act. You'll know it if you see it. Don't see it. Now, I didn't care for one performance in particular, which is a performance I was hoping would be a little bit better than it was, which is Neve Campbell's performance. You might know her from House of Cards. She was really relegated to a bunch of one-liners that were cheesy. But then I think, oh, wait a second. This is a script that doesn't pay any favors to its actors. I mean, even The Rock, who's charming. I love his personality, and I actually liked him in Jumanji. He was bad in this too. He was actually meh more than bad, but really there was no connection to the audience outside of The Rock. So I did it. I finally sat through the 1996 version of Skyscraper. I mean, oh, whoops. So I did it. I finally sat through the 2018 version of Skyscraper. And let me tell you, it's not really worth admission. You might as well just wait till it comes on TV or catch it on a plane, maybe. But this movie is just not interesting enough. It's way too long and the script is totally garbage. So Skyscraper is probably one you can just throw out the window. Well, there you have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, go ahead and give the video a like and comment below. And let me know what you think of this film. Now, subscribe for more content and go to reflectthescreen.com for a ton of content that you're not going to see in front of this camera. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll definitely catch you at the next screening.